Hello lovely people and welcome to Amaze Me Stays, where we want to make travel magical. This channel will explore travel adventures, celebrate culinary delights and uncover memorable experiences. So let's get started on our 5 special European destinations with rural experiences not far away. Oh, and if you like what we're doing, why not click on the subscribe button so you don't miss out on new stuff we upload. Or you can click on the thumbs up icon below. It means a lot to us, so thank you. So first up, we're going to take you to Slovenia. Ljubljana is the city, and for the rural retreat, we're going to go to the Julian Alps. Ljubljana is small and perfectly formed to make exploring it an absolute joy. You can take a trip on a traditional barca boat along the river, visit the castle for some wonderful views of the city, wander around the old town, taking in the architecture and enjoying the many shops, cafes, bars and restaurants. Then for the rural retreat, well, it's a 2-hour drive and that will take you to the most amazing place where you can enjoy rural activities on the Emerald River Socha before eating in Slovenia's only 3-star Michelin restaurant, and that is Hiša Franko. The first time we saw the Socha River, we couldn't believe how vibrant the emerald colour was. It was mesmerising and it just made you want to be near it, on it, in it. There are so many fantastic activities to try. Hydrospeeding, whitewater rafting, kayaking, canyoning. And then if you get sick of being in the water, there's hiking and cycling, which are also amazing. After some full-on activities, it's time to check into Hiša Franko's simple rooms that hark back to its life as a countryside inn, where you can relax and get ready to be wowed at dinner. Hiša Franko has been in the world's 50 best restaurant list since 2017. Anna is a self-taught, extremely talented chef whose love of local produce and creative style are limitless. Her philosophy is simple: follow nature. We love how she describes the kitchen as a symbiosis of 3 elements: the territory, the season, and the personality of the chef. When you go, you will see all those things shine through in every plate that you are served. So next up, we're going to take you to Italy. The city is Milan, and the rural retreat, we've chosen Lake Maggiore. Milan is as vibrant as a city can get, and then add Italian style, and why would you ever want to leave? Whatever floats your boat, I would defy you not to find it in Milan. Kick back with a local Milanese beside the canal for a lively aperitivo, visit the artistic quarter of Brera, or treat yourself to something sweet in one of the famous Marchesi 1824 patisseries. And for the rural retreat, well, we think you'll love Lake Maggiore. This is my favourite of the Italian lakes, and there's plenty to explore. Or if you just want to relax and do very little, then that's fine as well. Don't forget to visit the more busy town of Stresa or smaller places like Cannobio. Also the islands of Isola Bella, Isola del Pescatori and Isola Madre. And where to stay? Well, in Milan, there is so much choice. Locanda Pandanus is an elegant hotel in the Brera district. Then 5 minutes from Milan's fashion area is Palazzo Segreti. And if you want to have a really different kind of experience, then there is a stunning B&B called La Favio Milano. And it's got 4 B&B bedrooms and 2 apartments. It's located in the Garibaldi district and it is really special. It's like visiting an old friend. There are links below to give you more information about all the places where you could stay. For the lakeside retreat, my absolute favourite place is Hotel Canaro in Canaro. I used to go to this hotel as a child with my parents, and it holds great memories for me, and I think many people return to it time after time. It's a beautiful family-run hotel and it's maintained its standards whilst moving with the times. The hotel boasts a lakeside location, which is just what you want when you're right beside Maggiore. And it's right beside a water bus stop, which is perfect for exploring some of the lakeside places of interest. The food is great and the staff will spoil you thoroughly, which is just what you want. So the third country that we wanted you to see was Iceland. It's a little bit further away, but once you're there, everything is pretty close by. We've chosen Reykjavik and the surrounding area for this trip. So the first time I visited Iceland was some 15 years ago. I fell in love with the fact that this country is developing before your very eyes. It has a unique landscape, dramatic waterfalls, geysers, and combine these experiences with the cool cosmopolitan city of Reykjavik, the warm Icelandic welcome, tremendous food and amazing activities. Well, Iceland will never disappoint nor cease to amaze. It's very easy to be based in Reykjavik and then do day trips to experience all the wonderful activities. But if you did want to splash out on a very rural retreat, then the Bubbles accommodation is really worth a visit. Check into this 5 million star accommodation. That's how they describe it, because I think that's probably how many stars you would see when you're spending the night sleeping in a glass dome. And of course, you can imagine the amazing display if you're lucky enough to see the Northern Lights. Wow. And just as Iceland is a unique destination, so too are the local delicacies, and definitely worth sampling. The Icelandic lobster. Ah, beautiful. It's a bit smaller than your average lobster, but the taste is intense and sweet, and you normally get a few more to make up for the fact that they're a bit smaller. I love lamb in every way, shape and form, but tasting smoked lamb in Iceland for the first time blew me away. I'd never tasted anything like it, or have done since actually. If you like lamb, then the wafer-thin slices and the smoky aftertaste will take your love of lamb to another level. We can't not mention the rotten shark, or fermented shark as you might know it. And it really is something worth trying, but a word of warning. You really just need a teeny weeny bit, as the flavour is, how can I say, unique. And to be fair, that is putting it mildly. Back in the day, they used to bury the shark to let it ferment. And once you've tasted it, you can't help but wonder why they dug it back up in the first place. All I can say is they must have been very hungry. In addition, there are some fabulous restaurants and bars whose Icelandic chic is just waiting to be experienced and explored. From the Michelin star Oxendill to Brut, which has much more of an emphasis on seafood. And then there's Matakatarin, or it's called the food cellar, which has a very varied a la carte. I mean, who wouldn't want to try slow-cooked cod with truffles, almonds, smoked lamb, and a noisette hollandaise? Oh my goodness, my mouth is watering just saying it. You can opt for the 6-course secret menu, and that's all served with live music played on a grand piano built in Vienna in 1880. And then if you want a bar hop, Reykjavik is perfect. Live music, inventive cocktails and good old Icelandic beer served in unique, stylish places where contemporary and historical happily combine. It's a really lovely place to visit. There are many hotels in central Reykjavik, but we loved the Hotel Borg for its Art Deco style. Hotel Von is good too, and it offers a contemporary and cosy feel. And then there's the House of the Snowbird for its apartment living in a historical home, so that's quite unique. Then there's the Bubble Hotel, which I've already mentioned, and that has 2 out-of-city locations for an overnight stay where you really feel at one with nature and you can sleep in a glass dome. In winter, there's a tour called the Pearl Tour, and that takes some beating as you're whisked away on an epic 10-hour experience in a super jeep. It kind of combines all the things that you would want to do outside the city. So there's the massive Gullfoss waterfall, the drama of the Giza hot spring, and then you also get to do a snowmobile trip across the glacier. It just offers a complete contrast to the buzz of the city of Reykjavik. And again, you can combine all those things in one day, which is quite nice. It's a long day, but you are covering quite a lot of mileage. You're seeing quite a lot of the landscape and the countryside outside of Reykjavik. There are several places where you can enjoy a dip in the thermal waters, but the Blue Lagoon is still, I feel, the most dramatic. The turquoise water surrounded with the dark rock. You could be on a different planet, let alone a different country. That's why I like it. Hunting for the Northern Lights is a great experience in Iceland, and it's available from September through to mid-April. Of course, you can never guarantee seeing the aurora, never work with animals and natural phenomena, but you'll have fun looking, and it is a bonus if you get to see them. There's also whale watching, and you can do that year round. However, in the winter there is more of a risk of cancellation due to bad weather than perhaps the summer, and it's obviously a bit milder, so that might be worth considering before you make that decision. So, whatever the time of year or the duration of your stay, there is so much to do in Iceland. You're going to love it. So next up, we're going to take you to Spain. The city is Barcelona, and we've chosen a small town in the Spanish Pyrenees called Sort for the rural retreat. Of course, Barcelona is a very well-known city, and there is a lot to see and do there. I'm always drawn to cities beside the sea, as I just think they have a different dynamic. So whether you want to take to the water in a catamaran as the sun sets over the city, or watch the sunset from a completely different vantage point, the quirky rooftop terrace of Gaudi's Pedrera, sipping on cava and listening to live music. Yes, it is something that you can do. Food is always amazing in Barcelona. We love to eat tapas and mix the basic bars that have been around forever with the more contemporary places, serving tapas with a modern twist. From a tasty frittata made to an old family recipe to tartare of tuna, beetroot and avocado, served under a glass dome filled with rosemary smoke. Both delicious in their own very different ways. And that's the beauty of tapas, isn't it? It's just all about the variety. So on to the next place you probably haven't heard of. Sort is a 3-hour drive from Barcelona in the Spanish Pyrenees, where you can enjoy the more simple life with great food and wines, while you experience the most amazing activities, such as whitewater rafting, hydro-speeding, canyoning, and via ferrata. And then there's always hiking and mountain biking as well. And where should you stay? Well, there's loads of places in Barcelona, of course. We like Casa Elliot by the Bon Dia Hotel Group. There's also the Olivia Plaza Hotel. Then there's a lovely Relais Chateau called Hotel Neri. And Habana House, which is cosmopolitan quirkiness at its best. Then in the Pyrenees, you can either opt for a hotel in the centre of the small town of Sort, such as the Pessettes and Spa, or if you want to stay somewhere a bit more historic, that's more like a retreat, and you don't mind a 50-minute drive to the water-based activities, then there's a lovely Parador. It's called Seo Duré. And now we come to last, but certainly not least, we've chosen France. And we've mixed the city of Nice with the mountain village of Bray-sur-Roya. Nice is a cosmopolitan city oozing style with classic vistas of the seductive Mediterranean Sea, not to mention the curved Promenade des Anglais. The old town is vibrant and inviting, and you can browse the market and check out the specials boards of the neighbouring restaurants. Or you could sit at the many bars and cafes and just watch the world go by. The train from Nice is a fabulous way of checking out the smaller villages nearby. We love Villefranche-sur-Mer. There's just something timeless about it, and we love watching the activity on the water as yachts big and small come and go. Accommodation in Nice is limitless. From the Art Deco Hotel Negresco to the J Hotel, the Palais Soleil Boutique Hotel near the Old Town, and the Deck Hotel for that nautical feel. Then there are plenty of restaurants to try as well. The Michelin star places such as Le Chantecler of the Hotel Negresco or Pure and V in the centre of Nice. Or what about those family-run places in the Old Town celebrating all that's fresh from the sea and the local markets? Then of course there's the Plongeoir, which is a great bar and restaurant. The first time I saw this place, it looked so quirky, it just made you want to explore it. And then you can visit the Aston Club on the 7th floor of the Hotel Aston for live music. Fortunately, they do have a lift. And then for the mountain retreat, take the train up from Nice to Bray-sur-Roya. It's just over an hour away, and you get great views from the train as it climbs up into the mountains to reach the town, where you can enjoy canyoning, kayaking, tubing, via ferrata, hiking and mountain biking. So you are spoilt for choice for activities. And you can choose whether to go for a full day or just a morning, have a simple lunch, and then you can catch the train back to the city.